This was Ayn Rand's answer to a question asked following a Ford Hall Forum lecture. Does the individual have the right to choose suicide or euthanasia?
I would say yes, in principle. A man has the right to commit suicide, but it is enormously inadvisable. Only you could not pass any kind of legal measure to prevent a suicide. You know, incidentally, they tried it in Soviet Russia years ago, and I don't know whether they still have it. But they had a wave of suicides of party members in the 20s, the early revolutionists who were disillusioned. They passed a law that the penalty for suicide is death. So you see, that illustrates the problem in passing judgment on such an issue as suicide. One would have to say there are many moral reasons why a man should not take his own life. One would also have to say there are situations in which he may have perfectly valid reasons, and it is his own life, and there is nothing that the law or other people could do about it. Now, euthanasia is more complex because here, the life of another person is involved. And here I would say, in principle, if a man in advance, not under the attack of pain, but maybe even then, made arrangements that he does not want to have unbearable pain, and it can be proved that this was his desire, in such a case, in principle, I would say it is his right and the doctor's right. But it would be a horrible issue to attempt to put into law, because I cannot quite project, and I don't know whether anyone could, the safeguards that will have to be introduced in order to prevent any possibility of an unscrupulous doctor in cahoots with unscrupulous relatives finishing somebody's life who is not in pain. It can always happen. And the dangers there is the arbitrary power of killing that is in this way would be legally given to the doctor. On the other hand, I would suspect that there have been many such cases about which we do not know and probably should not know. And that, I would have to say, is up to the doctor involved. Only he can know if he is seeing a truly unbearable torture. And I almost feel like saying I would not assume to pass judgment on him. I truly don't know. The situation is too horrible. I can only say I lean in sympathy towards the position of the doctor who does help the patient to die if necessary, but I would not advocate it as a law.